And what I liked about India, they are so proud of their country. I will always be connected with India, and that is a big part of my life now. You can do it. We can make a medal. We can surprise the whole world. Yeah, it was a very exciting game, of course, and like on the end, it was really nervous because we got a few PCs against us. So one thing you don't want as a coach, that you're losing on the last minute, that you get a draw and you have to start all over. And the moment, and I think it was 28 seconds before the end of the match, Nea had to gather the ball with Navneet. At that moment, that was the first moment I really felt calm and like, okay, now we're really going to win. And that feeling of that moment, like you have to realize 4.5 years, I always had to tell the girls, listen, we are doing well, but we didn't win, but we have to improve. And every time there were disappointments. And finally that moment was like, yes, we are there. And we won a big match. And that feeling I will never forget. It was one of my best feelings ever as in sports in my entire life. And what I told the girls, like, listen, finally you can see you can do it. And I told them 4.5 years long, you can do it. We can make a medal. We can surprise the whole world. And you can keep staying, but at the end, we really did it. So that was amazing. You must not forget, I'm not doing it all by myself. I had a really good assistant, Janneke Schopman, who will now become head coach. Wayne Lombard, strength and conditioning coach. He did an amazing job. Yes, I was really angry after that match because I thought like we didn't play to our potential and they were not giving 100% and we were doing really stupid things. And then I said, listen, it's all about the next match against Ireland, but I didn't want to talk to them. I really wanted them to feel what I was feeling, like you're throwing away a big opportunity in your life. And they were not aware of that. And I know in India it works a little bit, if the coach gets a little bit angry, that the girls think like, oh, he's not happy, so we have to work harder. Yeah, and I showed them a movie, and I know everybody wants to know about that movie. I will reveal the name of the movie in my book. And I showed them some clips, and the clips were about being in the moment. And you can only control, you can only think about what you can control. So if you start thinking, what if, that is something you can't control. What if the referees are bad, or what if it's too hot, or what if the opponent is really good? You can't control, but what you can control is focusing on your task. What do you need to do well for the team? And from there on, they took it really good up. They did it really well, and they were really focused on what they had to do. And from there on, we were much concentrated and played to our potential, and especially against Australia and Argentina. I think those are the two matches worked really, really well. I told them, listen, I know your disappointment and I can't take away this grief. It's good you're sad, because I think that's also what makes you an athlete. You always want to win. When I came to India, that was not the case. They lost 1-0. Okay, go on next game. And I think that is something has changed. And the moment Prime Minister Modi called, they were already like, okay, we realize a little bit more that the country is proud of us. But it really changed when we arrived in India. And there you saw also the happiness with the girls. And that's what I told them, listen, this moment you will not realize, but there will be a moment you will realize what you have done for the country, for all the in the whole world, and especially for women, that you really can pursue your dreams. The challenge with the Indian men was to bring in more discipline and more let them work as a unit, because they didn't always work as a team. And we did pretty well. We did actually really well, because the Asia Cup was the last tournament where the men have won. And I've coached, we did the World League 3, we did really well. Or Hockey World League Finals, we became third. And then the Commonwealth Games, and the Commonwealth Games didn't went well. And then you know how it works in India. Then all people get involved in the process. And I got a call from David John, listen Sjoerd, we want to that you stop coaching with the men and go back to the women. And I knew that David John didn't take this decision. He's a friend of mine, and he was the one who brought me in. And I was like, okay, I couldn't take that serious, because if you 9 months and you fire a coach, you don't think about the process. And the fascinating thing about this was that after that you had the Champions Trophy, and the Champions Trophy was in Netherlands, and the Belgian men did really bad. They didn't play really well, but they didn't fire the coach. And who became world champion at the end of the year? The Belgian men. So I hope they don't do these kind of things anymore. Like with Graham, he's on a good position. Give him a time. He now has proved himself, and coaches need time. And you can't change the processes in 9 months, because the Commonwealth Games was my first tournament with the men. What went well. So from there, you take your conclusions. Okay, what can we improve from that tournament? But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have that chance anymore. But I must say, when I returned back to the women, I really felt nice. I really felt appreciated, and the girls were happy I was back. And it felt like, okay, we go on with our own process. Yeah, the girls will always be in my heart. Yeah, so if you say you will miss the girls, I was 4.5 years with the girls, so I will always miss them. And I hope with Hockey Pro League I will see them, and I can't wait to hug them and cheer for them and put on my Indian shirt, because one way or the other way, I will always be connected with India, and that is a big part of my life now, and I'm really proud of that. Need to play much more games under pressure, and that is the thing. You have to realize the coach of the Olympic qualifiers was our last match under pressure, and then almost 2 years later was the Olympics. And the more you play these matches, the more you learn from it. And now they have experience at the Olympics, and now the challenge is to continue with that. So the Pro League will be really helpful.